Hey, Scott Russell, I thought we'd just have a little chat about hope, about where you're at with your own headspace and where you're at with where you're going, with where the world's going. It's so easy to get discouraged. It's so easy to see all the bad that's happening and to think that there is no hope. And, I am not going to go into a lot of detail, but I'm going to just share a few general principles here that I would hope would encourage you. We can look at the bad, and it has a way of incapacitating us, causing us to not want to do anything or go anywhere or even get out of bed in the morning. I know when I went through the loss of my marriage and family and a lot of things that had happened there and around that, it's for me, it was the lowest point of my life, and I had to find a reason to get up every morning, and the reason ended up being me. That I realized that even though they told me I had no value and they tried to take my value, I realized that to my Creator, to God, I had value, and to myself, I needed to find that value. So I think it's important that as oppression, depression, things come around us to weigh on us, that we keep moving forward. Doesn't matter how small your step forward is, take a step forward. And you'll find that it'll become easier. And for me, I know there were days I just wanted to stay in bed. I mean, it was just too much, but I forced myself to get up. I forced myself to go for a walk, and I would exercise and started to set those habits because it cleared my mind. It helped me to understand a little bit more about myself and where life was going. I have had discussions with men here that as we're looking at the world going where it's going, there's men that are globally connecting. Some of these men are the top of their fields in the world. They are experts. Some of them world's experts in what they're doing. And there's a man in the middle of that's pulling it together, and I guess he's traveled extensively and has a lot of contact and connections with these type of men, having run business type networks before, and just networked with a lot of these type of men. And to me, it's a blessing as I'm watching and talking to these people and seeing that they're not laying down. They're building what they see as an ark, and different arcs globally, so that hope is there. And obviously they're not going to be able to help everybody. And it reminds me of that story of the little girl that was, on the beach, and there was thousands of shells, and and they were starfish. That's what it was. Sorry. And she's picking up the starfish and throwing them back in the water. And a man walked up to her and said, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm trying to save the starfish." And he said, "Look, there's thousands of them. You'll never save all these starfish." And she picked one up and she said, "No, but I'll save this one." And she threw that one back. And I think, be encouraged. There's men, there's women, there's people that are not laying down and taking this. They're rising up and saying, I don't believe we will stop what's coming. And so it's a different mindset. It's changing your headspace to say, okay, we're not going to stop it. I'm not going to live as a victim. I'm not going to live in a victim mindset even when I am a victim. I'm not going to cave in and think, what's the point of all this? But I'm going to embrace the change. And for some of us, for all of us, it's an opportunity for freedom, an opportunity for a lot of changes in our lives. Where, and let's be honest, some of you are a slave to your way of life. You're a slave to the people around your life. You're a slave to the things in your life. And it becomes a case of where to from here. You're with all the wrong people doing all the wrong things and in all the wrong places, some of us. And if you're really honest, you'd look and say, really I am where I shouldn't be. And this is a great opportunity to start taking steps in the right direction, to start reclaiming your life. Yes, things are maybe hard. At first, it's very hard. But I can tell you now, if you keep walking forward, for me, I talk to God. I'm out here tonight by the beach and just walking and sitting and just enjoying life. And these are the times where I get creativity and I get freedom and I get an understanding and ideas come and those things are implemented. And this group of men that I'm talking about, as they are implementing things globally to take care of people, they have the skill sets. Some of them are like kings in their area. and to see them coming together in a like spirit to prepare, I don't know if prepare is the right word, but to just walk in the fullness of what their life's work have been. They've spent their whole life doing things, and now it's for this time. We're not sitting and saying, okay, this is all going to stop, the dollar's going to collapse, and we're going to lose everything. You know what? Let it go. Some of you need to let go. It's going to be a great blessing for you in one sense to let go of some things that really, if you're honest, you wish they weren't in your life anyway. You're a slave to them, and at this point, let go. Start walking freedom in yourself right now. Reclaim your life, because you only get one shot at this life. You know, I'm 55 years old, I think, born in 68, and the older you get, you realise, why did I spend so much time with people, places and things where I shouldn't have been? Yeah, okay, it's made me who I am, and I've been able to prepare and change things in my life and get me to where I'm going. And it's a beautiful thing. I don't have regrets, but I think you just get to that point in your life where you say, I'm going to have the right people around my life, the ones that want to be there, that are of the like spirit, and like these men of the like spirit that are doing things and coming together in freedom spirit, and just allowing that to go ahead of them, to create. It's creative. When you're in the right community, it's creative. You know, I've met people that I met a lady at one point that had massive potential in her life, completely insecure, completely unable to see it in herself, probably knew there was more but had no idea how to get there, and tried, to her credit. But when you look at her, you think, this woman is made for another level that she's not living on. And she's trying, she knows it's there, and she's trying to get there, but can't get there because you've got to let go. And when you let go, then your gift will take you there. Money follows gifts. Gifts don't follow money. And when we sell out and we try to get our gifts to happen and we push it and we force it, it's not your gift. Often you don't know what you're gifted in because it's you. Everybody else will see it, but I wrote a book on gifting. But when people say to you, what are you gifted in? And everyone will say, oh, I'm gifted in, or whatever it is. And whatever they say is usually not what they're gifted in. It's what they want to be gifted in, and it's where their pride meets them. But if you ask their friends, they'll say, oh, yeah, no, he's this, he's that. And you're like, no, you don't see it when it's you. It's who you are. It's not what you do. And your gifts are locked up for many of us, like that lady, just locked up in herself because she's making choices that, you know, maybe blaming others, maybe not walking in the fullness of where she could walk and doing what she could do. But I give her credit. She really has tried, but I think she's just discovering how to let go, and then to get the right fellowship around you of people that believe in you, believe in what you're doing, community that are going to call out the better than best in you. And so I just wanted to give you that thought today, that be with people that are going to bring out the better than best in you. These group of men, businessmen that are coming together globally, and they bring out the better than best in each other, synergizing. You know, what's the Bible say? When one can put 1,000 to flight, two can put 10,000 to flight. And for me, that's why I am single. It really, I have not pursued anything, because the right woman, the right opportunity, the right person will just be there and bring out the better than best in each other. Somebody that's saying, I want to walk no limits in my life. And the only limits we have are the ones that we place on ourselves through our insecurities, through our fears, through our anxieties. Rise up, step out, get going. Don't come underneath the globalists. They come underneath us. Lead the way in your world and be that spiritual rock. God bless you.